Hey guys, what's up? Today I actually have a bit of a bonus extra. I don't know what you'd call this, but which one is it? It's this one. So I actually picked up this 360 controller at Goodwill the other day, and don't worry, I did test it. It works, but the stick, this one especially, is pretty gnarled looking, and ugh, yeah, it's not great. But I did put a lithium-ion pack in it. It didn't come with a battery cover, so whatever. It gets the rechargeable. Don't really care. This one over here is one I already had. Again, another one I got from... actually, I didn't get that one from Goodwill. I got that one from Savers. And I also got this one from Savers. They were both a couple bucks a piece. And I think this one, yep, is rocking the other lithium-ion pack. But basically, what I want to do is open these up and replace the sticks. This one's sticks aren't as bad, but they are smooth. Like, wow. That is... there's no indentations, no marking left. Somebody really loved this controller, which, you know, is great. That's what you hope for. I happen to have a bunch of joysticks, so I'm going to see how many of these I got that'll fit these. Now, great, where'd I put my tool? I swear I had it out here. I swear I went through all this trouble of getting stuff ready before I sat down. Oh, okay. So here's the bits. Now, the thing about the 360 controller especially is that this thing, at least the wireless version, uses these annoying security bits. So you have to have a special driver to even get these screws out. There we go. I think that's the right one. Is that it? Yeah, that feels right. So I think it's a T8, which fortunately I have this, you know, adapter for such things. No, wrong way. Never remember to change that. I'll better take that out too. Okay, so really? Ah. Man, these are in here tight. Wow, that's in there really tight. Okay, maybe 8's not the right size. Maybe it's actually a 9. You know, maybe I should have looked that up before I started. Oh well. Too late now. I think this is the 9. Is it? Oh, that fits way better. That fits way better. Okay, that's definitely what I was supposed to be using. But yeah, I'm also thinking while I'm in here, you know, while these are being taken apart, I think I'm also going to wash out the plastics and then put Humpty Dumpty back together again. Because, you know, duh. Get my ice cube tray. Do I have any room in here? Yeah, I do. Okay. So yeah, it's helpful to have like an ice cube tray to put screws of various lengths and for different devices in. As you can see, I have a lot of screws in there right now. Some of those are just spares. Some of them are from projects that I have ongoing. You know, it just kind of depends, really. Get in there. There we go. And the nice part about these two is everything is very standardized about them. And unlike, say, oh, I don't know, a PS2 controller or something, these are actually easier to put back together. At least I think they're easier. I think the shoulder buttons on these are way easier to get back in than on something like the PS2. Getting it back in on that one is just a damn nightmare sometimes, I swear. Okay. Perfect. But yeah, really the most annoying part about these is the fact that they use these stupid security bit drivers. I actually bought this set for work, this set of drivers, and I had like a shorter one that it came with too, but I'm not using those because they can't get in past the little hump to get to the screw. So they're useless for what I wanted them for. And I can't really use them at work either because the drill that I use is too small. Well, they're too small to fit in the drill. Okay. Come on. Okay. This one's being stubborn. There it goes. All right. Oh, gross. Oh, yeah, you see that? That's some hand salsa right there. Okay, is there a screw under the label? I bet there is. Can I feel it? Or am I going to have to look at... Nope, there it is. I think I found it. I think it's right here in the middle. Can I just... Nope, doesn't look like I can. Okay, how-to guide. Sorry, I'm just over on the desktop Googling this real quick. But fortunately, if you guys have seen the other video on completing the desktop, you'll know that the desktop's done. And I have this neat little recording setup up here thanks to a Logitech C270 webcam that I just had laying around. So, hey, not bad. Made it pretty easy. Oh, there it is. Okay, so the hidden screw is under this sticker here. Let me make sure I'm still in frame. Yeah, it's under this sticker. Cheeky, Microsoft. Very cheeky. Yep, there it is. Sure enough. They always have to have at least one hidden screw on these things. They can't just make it straightforward. Like the original Xbox, the hidden one is under the warranty sticker on the back, which, you know, I guess that makes sense, but I also really like how these triggers work. Like, if you've never seen the inside of the 360 controller before, I think it's neat. Look at that. Yeah, that's cool. I like that a lot. And I gotta say, I've really warmed up to the 360 controller. I used to hate the 360 controller, like, a lot. At least the wireless one, because of the battery hump. But honestly, I think it's one of those things that over time you just kind of get used to. And then once you're used to it, you don't even think about it. Rumble motors. And how do I take this off? Are there more screws, or does it just pop out? The last time I actually took apart a wireless 360 controller, I kind of destroyed it in the process because I didn't have security bits yet. So this time I'm hoping to do it right. I don't see any screws. Am I missing something here? Oh, that's gross. Oh, look at that. You see that? See that up in there? Oh, that's a dead bug of some kind. That is nasty. Nasty, my friends. Really, is there something I'm missing? Okay, back to the article. Let's see. Yep. Specific grooves. They slide it. Really? Oh, I see what it's saying. Okay. CB should simply lift out. If it doesn't freely lift out, apply light leverage under the... Oh! Oh, okay, so it's stuck right here. Okay, so I gotta use the pry tool, I think. Give me some help. See if I can't get this going here. I really didn't expect this to be stuck like this. I guess that's what happens. Man. Okay. That's really stuck in there. That really doesn't want to come out. Ah, there it goes. Okay. And sure enough, the culprit was just that little piece right there. No big deal. Okay, and yep, there's one of the offending smooth sticks. There's the other. So got those taken care of. Ah, the joys of living with your parents. My mom had to show me something real quick. Industrial napkins, apparently, that don't... I'm sorry, not napkins. Paper towels that don't leave lint. Very useful. But, yeah, so this is the actual PCB, and there's a little bit of crap on there. I think I'll clean that up. And for that, I actually went and bought isopropyl alcohol. It is only 70%, I know. I know. I'm sorry, guys. That's what they had at Costco. You'll have to forgive me. Why don't I just use this Q-tip I have out? Yeah. All right, let's open this bottle. Yeah, like I said, that's what they had at Costco. That's where I got it. I was already in there for other stuff, and I was like, oh, hey, look. Wonder if they have isopropyl alcohol. And sure enough, they did. Downside was it's only 70%, which, you know, higher percentage is better. This will work. I'm not super worried about it because, A, I live in a dry climate, so it's not a matter... sorry, I had to go throw that away. It's not a matter of it not being able to dry or something. Like, I don't think that's going to be too big of a deal. I could see that being a much bigger concern and more... what's the word I'm looking for? Humid places. But where I live, don't think it's a big deal. Yeah, let's just get all that junk off of there. All that gross, crusty, whatever that was. Probably flux. Probably really old factory flux from whenever this controller was built. Is there a date on here anywhere? Maybe 2006? I think that might be an assembly code. Can you see that? Focus. Focus. Doesn't want to focus. Okay. Well, it says ASSY XB17143-006. So I'm thinking maybe 2006, unless that's not actually an assembly code, and that's some, or well, I mean it's obviously an assembly code, but it may not be a date code. I don't know. Whatever the case may be, yeah, I'm thinking maybe 2006. I'm sure people will correct me in the comments. Maybe not when this video goes live, but, you know, years and years on from now, somebody's going to watch this and be like, no, actually that number is blah, 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 blah. And you know what? More power to you if you correct me on that. I don't know. I'm just making a guess. And let's see. Ooh, there's some hair in here too. Gross. Kind of want to clean the trigger while it's exposed. Get all that dust and junk off of it. Yes, I could disassemble this further and take these triggers to hand wash, but A, I don't really feel like it, and B, that part would definitely be a pain in the butt. Like, a huge pain in the butt. Like, such a monumental pain in the butt that I just not gonna do it. Forget it. Either way, that's one controller open. Let me cap the alcohol before I spill it everywhere. Let's get the other one opened. It doesn't really matter, because A, these are both mine, and B, they're both going to the same place at the end of the day. So I'm more than comfortable with washing these together. What the heck? Okay, can't find that screw. Like, I see it in there. I see the screw in there. I just can't quite get to it. Well, even that's not entirely accurate. I can get to it, but it doesn't want to locate properly. Did somebody strip that? I bet somebody stripped that. Hold on. Let me get my phone so I can turn on the flashlight. No, it doesn't actually look stripped. Looks more like it's caked in dust or something. Ugh. Gross. Let me make a point that I don't think enough people online really do, because there's this whole, you know, very good, oh, hey, try to fix it yourself kind of mentality, and that is a great mentality to have. More people should try to fix their stuff. I am not saying you shouldn't do that. What I will say is be sure to have the right tools before you try it. Because otherwise, if you give up on the project, get rid of it, and somebody else inherits it, things are going to get messed up. Screws are going to be stripped. Or, plastic parts are going to be broken. Stuff like that. And this is something I'm guilty of as well. Don't worry, I'm not, saying you can't do it without the right tools, because you can. I have done plenty of projects with the wrong tools. My recommendation is to try and get the right ones before you can start. If you can't do it, try not to break anything. And definitely don't strip screws if you can help it. Because holy crap, that just creates a headache and a half. Yeah, that's not getting in there properly. Is that even a screw? That might... Hold on. I'm not even convinced that... Nope, that's definitely a screw in there still. Yeah, look how much resistance that gives. That's definitely a screw. Try smaller one. Nope. Ah, there we go. Okay. So I was able to get that one by hand, but I couldn't get it by tool. Interesting. I wonder why that is. Yay, look at that. Hey, look, it's not even stripped either. That's actually still in good shape. We like that. We're happy about that. That is good news. Oh! Oh, God! Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, Christ almighty. Oh, boy. In case you can't tell what that is a roach carcass and what looks to be like a larval pod for a roach or some other insect. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, good God. That... Oh, God, that was gross. Yeah, secondhand electron... Oh, Jesus. Oh, God, it's horrible in here. Oh, that is one of the worst things I've seen in a while. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, no, another one came out. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, God. Oh, it's just barely off camera, too. Yeah, there it is. Ugh. Oh, God. Ugh. Well, at least they're dead. Could you imagine if one jumped out and like started walking around? Oh, I might actually scream if one did that. Can you believe when I was in elementary school, I wanted to be an entomologist? I don't know what elementary school me was thinking with that career choice. And how grossed out I am about freaking roaches. Like pretty much any other bug, I ain't got any problems with. But roaches? Oh, God, no. No. Roaches are disgusting. I do not like roaches. I especially do not like roaches when they fly. But yeah, things like bees, okay. I can dig a bee, you know. They're good. They're cool. I like them. Bees and I get along. They don't get along with Henry though. He is allergic to them. But generally speaking, I get along well with bees. I get along well with most insects, I think. I even get along well with snakes. But roaches? Ugh. No. No, those are just creatures of vermin and filth. Ugh. And, you know, I don't want to rag on about that too much, because whatever poor sap sold this was probably not living in the best of conditions, I'm going to guess, if their controller is this full of insect car. God, 3 more came out. Here, I'm just going to... Oh, God. Oh. Oh. Ah. should have done that somewhere else. Oh God, what was I thinking? Let's see if this little USB vacuum I have is worth anything. Oh God. I'm sorry, I was not prepared for this amount of roaches. 90% of the tech stuff I buy is clean. This is like the worst thing I think I've ever seen. Hey, that actually worked pretty well. Cool. Alright, let me just unplug this and... Oh, geez, I see more in the shell. I'm going to try to rinse those out. Ugh. 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 Gross. And don't worry, Mom, if for some reason you're watching this, even though I highly, highly doubt you are, but if for some reason in the future you end up watching this video, I will be blasting this with the hose before it comes anywhere inside. So, put your mind at ease. I am not an insane man, at the very least. I am a lot of things. But willing to contaminate the house with roach carcasses, I am not. Because, yeah, they're dead, but that's still freaking nasty. Alright. I'm going to kind of do the cheater way here. Oh, God. There we go. Oh, there we go. Oh, great. It's stuck on that screw. It keeps getting stuck on the screw posts. Probably because these have been together for so long, but... And yeah, see, these are the sticks that I was telling you about. Look how chewed up that is. I mean, is it really any surprise that these are so terrible when the insides are Roach City? Ugh. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about last time, like when I was building the PC over there and never got a chance to, is just... Oh God, okay. I'm not doing that here. I'm doing that over on the hose in a minute. Ugh. But one of the things I wanted to talk about last time that I didn't get around to was some of my inspirations for the way I'm doing these tech videos. And the sight of all these roaches reminded me of one of them. Really pleasant guy. Crap. I probably should have written it down before I started talking about him. But all of his videos are really easygoing, which is, kind of how I try to do these. Not a lot of heavy editing or anything, but he'd kind of freely talk about his life while he would work on whatever project he had. Oh, God. But the reason the roach stuff reminded me of him is this particular guy had a, like a second house. I don't remember if he inherited it or if it was his brother's or what the deal was, but God, look at that. Ugh. God, I dread to think what that is. Like, probably like, I don't even know. I don't even want to think about what that is. Maybe nicotine? Yeah, that's what this controller needed. Somebody to smoke all over it, too. And it just goes to show you never know what you're going to get when you buy used electronics, so pick carefully. Oh, but anyways, this particular guy, whatever that second property he had, it had the nickname of the Roach Palace. And
every time people would ask, "Oh, does that mean there's like a bunch of roaches there? Is it like really disgusting?" And he would always have to clarify, "No, roach is somebody's last name." It was either somebody's last name or it was like an inside joke, but it didn't actually have a bunch of roaches in it. Is the point. This though, this is a literal roach palace, and my friends, that is disgusting. Super, super, super disgusting. Oh man. Like, I'm sorry if any of you guys are like sensitive to that kind of stuff and you had to just watch that. Like, I'm genuinely sorry about that because gross. Like, you don't even have to be here and like interact with it, but oh god, and some little bug is now swarming this controller as I clean it. That's a good sign. Hope I didn't track anything to the house by buying this thing. Again, I'm sorry, Mom. If you're for some reason watching this video, I had no idea the horrors that lurked within. Same assembly code on the side here, though, so these controllers might be contemporary with each other. Ugh. Yeah, seriously. Two of the worst things to find in electronics are without a doubt bug carcasses and nicotine. Good God, I hate cleaning nicotine too. I had a desktop full of nicotine once. I had to give up on it eventually because there was just so much. There was so much in there that I just could not get out. I couldn't get it off the traces fully. Even with, like good cleaning supplies. It wouldn't happen. It was sticking like glue. It was horrible. And not to mention, the other thing is it stank. Every single time you turned on that desktop, it would stink like somebody was smoking. So if you are a smoker, try not to smoke by your electronics. Do whoever's going to get them next a favor, because it's gross. It is really, really nasty. Like dust, okay, that's understandable. Everybody's house gets dust in it. Oh god, cage for the sticks are all rusty too. Uh, gross. Ugh. But yeah, seriously, dust, okay. Everybody gets a little bit of dust in their house. Not a big deal. Sure, it's kind of gross, but I would take, a ton of dust over dead bug carcasses or fucking cigarette smell and nicotine all over everything. Ugh. Ugh. It is very gross. Oh man, and now that I'm cleaning this, some kind of strange smell is coming off of it too. Hang on, that's a familiar smell. What is that smell? Yeah, I smell something familiar on this, but it's not quite clicking together as to what I'm smelling. Oh god, I think I just figured out what it is. Oh, Jesus, this person had a cat. And I think the cat decided to tinkle on this controller. Sorry, I'm allergic to cats. And even like just the smell of that caused my nose to clog a little. Ugh. God, these rumble motors. Look how dirty this thing is. Oh, man. Oh, man. That's horrible. Ugh. But yeah, like in terms of tech YouTubers, you know, there's like the big, you know, sponsored guys like Linus Tech Tips and I don't even know who else is big anymore in that scene, but I was always more drawn to like the kind of humble, small YouTuber who just kind of takes you on a little adventure with them. Sure, some of their videos might be kind of long, but you know, it's more like you're hanging out with them while they work on a cool tech project rather than them parading around going like, "Oh, hey, look at all this cool stuff that I can buy because I have YouTuber money and you don't. Ha ha ha." I mean, I know that's not what the tech YouTubers do most of the time. Heck, some of them probably do. I don't know. I don't know them personally. But I'm guessing that's not their intention most of the time. But it comes across that way, you know? And for better or for worse, that's how I've perceived it. So I've been more drawn to like the kind of small, just chill out. Hey, watch me do this cool project. Maybe you'll like this cool project that I'm working on. Hey. They don't have a ton of views or anything, so I'm not anticipating the channel blowing up from this kind of video. Oops, sorry. Yeah, I'm not anticipating the channel blowing up from this kind of content, like at all. But somebody out there will probably find it appealing. I mean, I sure did. I can remember many times in college waiting for classes and just chilling out, watching them work on a cool project. Oh god, the rubber's deteriorating on this. Ugh. Alright. Ooh. Gross. Very, very gross. Okay. So the next step for me is I'm going to blast these with the hose. Ugh. These are getting blasted with the hose and then put in the sink. The other one's just getting put straight in the sink because there's nothing wrong with it. And I think before I do that, though, let's go through and find a couple of thumbsticks for these. Because this is a mix between Xbox 360 style and Xbox One style sticks. Okay. Really? Oh, okay. Always annoying when the holes are a little misformed, so they don't quite line up right. But hey, look at that. Brand new sticks. And thanks to the nice clean board, that shouldn't be too bad. How about this one? Huh? Nope. There we go. And voila! 2 new 360 style sticks on this one too. Perfect. Once I fix all these, I'll finally have 4 360 controllers that I can use. Okay, let's blast out this roach one. I'll see you guys in a minute. Ugh. So horrible. But I think before I go fully, where's that vacuum? Nasty. Okay, so all this black controllers now, nice and washed. And it's amazing how well it cleaned up. There's still a little bit of gunk in there, but honestly, I'd say that's about a 90% improvement over how it was. Ugh, disgusting. Anyways, I remembered I have this. I also remembered it doesn't work. Something happened when I replaced the controller cable, because the one that it used to have was completely busted, so I put a new one in there. Something didn't work, but I still have it. So I'm kind of looking at how it's structured, and I think I can actually take the front piece here and, like, you know, its bumpers and make an Oreo controller. So I think I might do that because that'd be kind of cool. Can't use the back because, you know, wired, but I think everything else I can. So that'll be cool. So yeah, that's going to delay this project a little bit, unfortunately. But I mean, hey, I'd like to reuse bits and pieces when I can. And I mean, like, look at this. This has a huge scratch right on the front, and there's some crap in there I could not get out because of the way the plastic is. So, I'll hold that one as a spare and use the white one. I mean, hey, having a cool custom Oreo 360 controller, though, that'll be pretty sick, right? Especially since it looks like all the screws line up the right way. And as a bonus, I can even reuse these Phillips screws instead of having to use the security bits for one of them. So one of them is even getting technically a screw upgrade. How nifty is that? Answer, super nifty. But yeah, definitely think I'm going to have an awesome setup when this is all said and done. I wish I could transplant the triggers, but, you know, because of all the stuff I said earlier, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to mess with that. It's honestly more of a pain than it's worth trying to get those off the PCB successfully. And frankly, well, I mean, I might give it a shot on this one since this one's busted anyway. If I can figure out a good way to get them off, oops, then maybe I can reuse them and give the Oreo controller a little more personality. There's a thought. Alright, let's open this up. Come on. Oh, this one hasn't been opened in a while. This is another one I got at a Goodwill for a couple bucks. And the only thing wrong with it when I got this one was that the controller cable was severely kinked. So I actually opened it up and soldered. Come on. Great, spring got stuck on there. And actually soldered the cable back together by hand. And that worked, but it was kind of gross. Oops. So I wanted to replace it. And my only real option to do so was, of course, oh, there's the back. Stick that over there. But of course, my only real option to do that was, well, you know. Oh, I forgot. This one has good rumble motors in it. Maybe I can get rid of the gross rumbles. Like, see, I can get rid of this gross rusty one. Ugh, where's that other one? Yeah, get rid of these two gross ones and just put the ones from the white controller in there. I see no need to subject myself to gross rumble motors. Not when I have some perfectly good ones here. Sure, they're from a wired controller, but there's no reason they shouldn't work. And we've got the triggers here. Yeah, so basically something about when I soldered this back together didn't quite work. And looking at it, I think I see what it is that didn't work. For one, it's missing a pin there. That's how the cable came to me. I don't know, maybe it was like the wrong version of the cable or something, but oh well. Oh well, as they say, it is what it is. I think I'm gonna snip that cord off of it, and there we go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna snip this cord off and keep this controller around because it should still be good for parts. Like, for instance, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Oh yeah, like for instance, the sticks here, still perfectly good. So I can reuse those somewhere else. Same with these shoulder buttons. I think those are actually the same shoulder buttons that they used in the GBA SP, which is cool. Alright, how do these come out? Kinda... Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, I'm just gonna... Whoa! Okay, that actually wasn't too bad to take out. You just gotta remember, big-ass spring. How does that go back in? Okay, one end goes there, and the other end goes... Okay. I'm gonna hang on to this spring in case we need it. Chances are we won't, but you never know. Okay. We gotta just... There we go. Okay. Boom. All right. That actually wasn't too bad. Yeah, I think that'll work quite well. Cool. Okay. Now for the penultimate test. And that is to see if... Ooh, okay, so does that piece come off? Oh crap, I didn't even realize that comes off. Oops. My bad. But the real test is going to be to see if the front piece from this one, oops, and the back piece to a black one can go together. Okay. And let's see, it should fit about there. Okay. Shoulder button piece fits. I'm going to take out all the membranes and buttons before I go any further here. Alright. And I think I'll use like the black buttons. Just kind of make it a hodgepodge, you know? And will it fit together? And... Ooh, it does! Check that out. That's pretty cool. And imagine with like the white triggers. Oh yeah, that's going to be awesome. Okay, I like that. I think I'll put the black bottom on. I don't really like the gray. Or maybe I'll keep the... No. Oh, look at this. 2 different logos. This one says Xbox 360, and this one just says Microsoft. So that's interesting. But okay, that's good to know. So I'm going to wash that out. And hopefully by the time that's all said and done, we can get some cool stuff going here, right? Oh, yeah. Okay, so we're back after another cleaning, and this actually came out really clean. I'm actually really happy about that. Even this, honestly, surprised me with how clean it came out. I mean, it's got like this kind of white appearance on it. I think it didn't like the soap I used, but at long last, the inside is gut-free, so hey, that's pretty good. I think I'm still going to mix the white and the black together, just because that sounds more appealing to me. And I think I'm going to use a mix of parts between the white and the black controller to try and make this really cool looking hybrid I've got in mind. Like, see, look at that. And then combine that with the black back half, and ooh, yeah, look at that. I think that's looking good. And yeah, that fits together just fine. So cool, I'm actually converting a wired controller into a wireless one, which I think is hilarious. Like, I can't say I've seen that happen too many times. Oh. Okay, this might be a problem. Might have to use the old shoulder buttons. Yeah, I am, because look at the cutout. So, not a big deal. But it's good to know that most of the parts here are actually pretty interchangeable. So hey, I can't complain, honestly. It's pretty good. So because of that, I'm going to put together this controller first. this freaky hybrid one that I'm working on. Oh, and I took out the D-pad because I'm going to use the black D-pad because, frankly, it looks better than this gray one. I've never really been a big fan of how the gray, how the gray plastic looks. I much prefer this kind of black one. So, fortunately, I didn't show this on camera, but taking the D-pad in and out is actually pretty easy. All you got to do is get it lined up on both sides, kind of like so. Yeah, it'll click in together, and then there's also two little screws. Again, I need to remind you all that this is not a how-to, but, you know, oops. I feel like not explaining that might lead to some confusion down the line since I didn't do it on camera. I got curious and tried it for myself, and it worked. And I can't get... Oh, there we go. But yeah, I gotta say, I'm pretty surprised with how easy the 360 controller has been to, you know, take apart and do stuff with. The Sony controllers are a bit of a nightmare, honestly. Like, I can never get the shoulder buttons to go back in correctly, and it always leads to something not feeling right. But something about the way these are built just makes that a whole heck of a lot easier. And then, okay, making sure that feels right. Oh, that feels kind of loose, actually. Let me tighten that screw down a little more. Okay, what about this side? Okay. Okay, that feels better. Not nearly as loose as it was. Okay. Oops. So now, let's put this boy together, huh? I think it's gonna be cool. I gotta remember how the buttons go in. I always forget what order these buttons go. I think it's... Well, I mean, to be fair, they design it pretty idiot-proof. But I find it helps if you look at it while you're putting the buttons in. Yeah, okay. B, Y, X. Okay, I think that's right. I'm going to double check real quick. I'm going to pull up a picture of a fully assembled 360 controller and make sure I'm not tripping. Because I could be wrong about these colors. I hope I'm not. Okay, ABYX, ABYX. Yep, okay, I got it right. Now, the interesting bit is going to be the Xbox button in the middle, because I have a couple of choices. I could, if I wanted to, keep the original one in there. Oops, that's backwards. Okay, and how's that look? Good. So I could keep the original shiny Xbox button here, or I could go with the more matte dull one. I think I'm going to go with the duller one. Again, I kind of prefer how it looks, weirdly enough. Like, the way I like my controllers is kind of weird, if you can't tell. Okay. Yep, Humpty Dumpty seems to be mostly back together. Okay. Now let's get the PCB. I can tell which one it is, because, yep, it still has that mild odor of cat pee on it. Another thing I did off camera that I didn't show you guys is I removed the white triggers. I'm going to attempt to swap the triggers on this. And again, since I didn't show you that on camera, I'll kind of show you how that works. But basically, you have to move this little bar piece, and then the rest of it kind of just it's hard because you have to like unpinch it and move it out in a specific way. But I did it just fine with the white ones, so shouldn't. There we go. You have to be careful this really long spring here, because the first one I did, that spring went flying. I mean, it. I was lucky to find it, honestly. How far that thing went, like, geesh. This is a really tense spring, and its purpose is pretty clear. It's here to. Oops. Well, there goes the spring again. Maybe I should get this on first and then worry about the spring. The other piece I'm kind of worried about is getting that bar back up, but I think I can use a screwdriver, and yep, that holds up. Okay, so I'm going to have to try to negotiate that spring into the little peg in there. Okay. Get it to overcome. Uh-oh. Okay, hold on. I gotta undo it a little bit. I messed up. Okay. This is probably going to be the hardest part right here, if I had to guess, is getting all of this to simultaneously come together. How am I going to get... Oh! Hey! Look at that! Look at that! Okay, that wasn't too bad, actually. So I think I have a system. Let's do the other one. And yeah, I probably could have just kept the black ones on and been fine with it. But again, I kind of like the white ones. I kind of like the way the white triggers look contrasted with the black plastic. I think it's a really classy look. Oh, great. A bug leg came out on my hand. Ugh. So maybe it's a good thing I'm doing this. Get all the crap that was stuck in there out. Because ew. No, I'm sorry. Didn't realize I was blocking the view of that completely. Alright. So yeah, fortunately, no part of this seems to be, whoa, super difficult. So, hey, good on you, Microsoft. I gave the 360 controller a lot of crap back in the day, mostly because of the battery pack. I just hated that battery pack. But once I got used to it, honestly, I see why a lot of people were like, oh yeah, the 360 controller is one of the greatest of all time. I don't know if I would concede it to be the greatest, of all time, but it's definitely really good. And that, oh, I'm sorry, and that on its own deserves some recognition. Okay, so now we gotta just negotiate this piece into here, like that, and yeah, all right, that worked. Look at that, 2 white triggers that used to be black. Very good. Okay. The sticks are staying in place fine. I wish I had gray sticks. That would be ironically, that'd be the only part of this that I'd want to stay gray. But, you know, it didn't quite work out that way. Oh well. Not a huge deal, I suppose. I can live without that. And since there was nothing wrong with the membranes on any of the controllers that I was messing with, I'm just going to reuse one of them. Let me go for the cleaner ones. This one feels dusty. There we go. Yeah, let me use one of the ones I got a bath. I didn't bother bathing the ones from the white controller. Okay. Now for the tricky part. Oh, hold on, I see a little spot of dust that got trapped in here. Unbelievable. I just washed this last night. How on earth is there already dust? There we go. Dust no more. Seriously, though, I just dusted this last night. How's there already dust? Ugh. Well, time to see if it all fits together now. Let's start with the motherboard here. Yep, okay. Okay, that fits okay. No problems there. Let's take some of the rumble motors and stick those in. Now, with the rumble motors, you got to be careful because there are two separate ones. There's like a bigger one that goes on one side and a smaller one that goes on the other. Now, if I was smart, I would have noted which side goes where, but I think I can tell based on the grooves. Maybe it doesn't even matter. I really don't know. They have a marking on them? No, it doesn't look like it. Alright, let me Google that real quick, because I'm actually not sure. Rumble motor. Because I want to see which side goes where. Okay, so the bigger one goes on the left. Yeah, okay, so I'm looking at it. I'm going to post in a picture, the exact picture I'm looking at. Yeah, so the bigger one goes on the left when it's flipped face up. So it goes on the right during reassembly. Okay, that makes sense. Cool, okay. Alright, I think I got it figured out. This is one of those things I did not pay attention to during a disassembly that I probably should have. Not that it matters too much, because Humpty Dumpty went back together just fine. And now for the final fit tests. Oops. Hey, I think that's going to work. Only one way to find out now, and that's to put all the screws in. Now, one other thing that I decided was that instead of putting in the Torx, like the security Torx bits, I'm going to attempt to use the regular crossheads, or Phillips if you'd rather, that came with the other controller, the white one. So that way if I have to take it apart down the line for repairs or something, like say one of the sticks dies, it'll be much easier. And okay, the one that I was most worried about worked fine. Since I know all of these are going to fit perfectly, I'm no longer worried about the reassembly process. Cool. Yeah, I'm not sure why Microsoft, in their infinite wisdom, decided that for the wired controller, they would have Phillips heads, but only for the wireless, they would have security bits. Not sure what that's about. Or maybe all of them were security bits at one point. Like maybe they started out being a mix of Phillips and security bits. I really couldn't tell you, or for that matter, really care all that much. Like, it's just another one of those weird corporate decisions. Like, how do we stop people from tampering with our product? I know, let's put screws on that are really annoying to take out. Can we do it cheaply? Yes, we can. Anyways, that's how I assume that board meeting went down. Could be wrong, but you know. Oops. Hey, the fact that the electronics don't change at all, and really the general interchangeability between the wired and wireless is kind of impressive, I think. Because, like, yeah, that's actually really good. I mean, I guess it makes sense from a manufacturing standpoint why they would all be compatible like that, but it doesn't feel like something that they would do normally, you know? And yeah, that D-pad feels good. Sticks feel... Whoa. What's going on here? Why is that? You guys see that? That was not like that before. What happened? I don't put what? Okay. Why is that happening? And this is why I put Phillips head screws on it. Okay, I think I might have just tightened this side too much. Yeah, okay, that's what it was. Yeah, see, it's fine now. So yeah, don't over tighten your controllers. They don't like that. But yeah, I think this actually looks pretty good. White triggers, black bumpers, black start and back buttons, regular face buttons, black sticks and D-pad. All right. Yeah, and you'd be hard-pressed to know that this is actually an amalgamation of two controllers, unless somebody told you. Cool. Now I gotta remember where I put the battery pack. Let's start the next one after a quick break. Alright, sorry about that. I found the batteries. They're just these little insignia ones. Unfortunately, I think they're already, like, dead. But, yeah, they'll work when they're plugged in. I'm not super worried about it. But yeah, cool. One day I'll get a proper battery back for this and ditch the rechargeable that's not really recharging anymore. But hey, cool. One down. Now, this one is going to be a lot more straightforward because, you know, I'm not going to be swapping any crazy parts or anything. This one's going to be pretty bog standard. And just, yeah. I suppose after the excitement of the last one, doing it normal is just kind of not as exciting, you know? But, hey, oops. Hey, you know, you gotta, sometimes doing things normally isn't too bad. And I think one exciting controller, well, that's not really true. I have a more exciting controller. I have one of the limited edition ones. You know how Microsoft like to do those? And the one that I got is actually, I'll use this one. This one down here's got like pin in it or something for some reason. This one doesn't. Oh, but so the limited edition controller that I have is actually like the gold one. Like it looks like gold. I think the official color might be like C3PO or something. I think it might be a C3PO one. I'm really not sure if that's true or not, but eh. I kind of want to see what the white start and back buttons look like. See if I like that. Oh, I think that looks good. Here, check it out. Let me figure out how I can do this without all the buttons falling. Yeah. Okay. I might keep those in there. I think that looks good. And it would give this controller a little bit of personality too. Not going overboard with personality or anything, but you know, a little bit. Can we use that bottom? Are these the same? Oh, they are the same. Okay. So how would a otherwise black controller look with the kind of gray handle piece? Do I like how that looks? Actually, yeah, I kind of do like how that looks. I think that's a nice contrast. Cool. All right, where's the PCB on that one? Yeah, like I said, this one's going to be a lot more straightforward. Nothing to it, really. Just kind of push the... Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, I almost forgot something. Yeah, it wouldn't do us much good if we didn't put the membranes back in. Oops. And I could just see me trying to use this without membranes, being like, I don't understand. Why isn't the controller working? Why don't any of the buttons work? And then I go back and look at this footage and be like, oh, that's why. Yeah. Cool. All right. So let me just push this in. Yep, that feels good. That feels all right. Cool. All right. And smaller motor's going to go over here to the left. Well, my view of left. I suppose it'd actually be, yeah, the right half of the controller. Man, that's confusing. And I think I have the footage mirrored on the camera so that when I look at myself on the screen, I can see, you know, what I'm doing without having to weatherman it in my head. Which, yeah, if you guys don't know that, fun fact, weather people, their monitors are constantly reversed of what they're actually doing. So if they, like, make some kind of weird mess up, and you're like, oh, that was the other way, you silly person, that's why. Because they see themselves opposite in the camera. So try to go easy on them. They're doing their best. And after dealing with that for a little bit on here, like I did some test shots and noticed that, and then I found the option to reverse it, and I reversed it as soon as I could. You better believe it. I did not want to deal with that. Okay, so here's this. I gotta figure out the size again. Is it this one? I would give you a size, but for whatever reason this bit doesn't have any markings for what the size is. And yep, I'd say it's pretty solidly that one. Okay. Let's get this controller back together. Okay. So, I gotta say, this is probably my favorite controller to take apart based solely on this one experience. Because, like, holy crap. Oh, what? Oh, I had to turn backwards. Boo! No wonder. I thought something felt weird. But yeah, seriously, gotta say. What? The heck happened here? It looks like it, like, exploded out. Okay, hold on a minute. Something's not right. Reverse. Undo. Control Z. Something didn't quite go right there. Oh, I see what it is. It's this stupid top piece popped out. Come on. Line back in. Line back up, you cretin. Now, if I was thinking ahead on this project, what I could have done was actually order more wireless controller white parts and make like 2 really cool mixed ones. Or even my other plan, if I couldn't get the roach guts out of the other one, was I was just going to buy a whole kit, like a whole controller shell kit online, and then just make it some kind of crazy ass custom. Fortunately, that proved to not be necessary. And I say fortunately, not because I don't think it would have been interesting, but fortunately, like for my wallet's sake, it wasn't necessary. I'm sure you guys know how it goes. You got like all these cool mods and projects you want to do, but you know, you only got so much cash. It's not like you can spend every penny you have pimping out a controller as much as you would like to do that. Okay. Just get everything lined back up. Oh crap, that came off again. Okay. Come on. Oh, no. Oh, geez. Okay. Okay. Remember all that praise I had for this controller a minute ago? Yeah. I mean, it's still a lot better than trying to line up the PS2 controller, because good God, I don't think anything is as tedious as that. No, actually, I'm sorry. I can think of something as tedious as that. Putting together the PS3 controller. Talk about a nightmare. Honestly, for whatever reason, Sony controllers are just so freaking annoying in their design for no good reason. I haven't done a PS4 controller yet, but from people I know who have, apparently it's just as big of a nightmare, if not bigger. So good on you, Sony. There's at least some consistency there. Alright, and you know what? I'm going to start by fastening the top before this comes out again. This isn't how I like to do things normally. I like to start in the middle ordinarily and go from there. But I think with the middle bar being the way it is, I'm going to have to do it this way. Otherwise, I run the risk of it coming apart again. Okay. Whew. That's a relief. Now let me get the rest of the screws out. Oops. Come on, you. Yeah, there we go. I also thought about trying to replace the caps with like GameCube caps, but stock size is like, yeah, that's not gonna work. See the difference there? The nice part about the 360 style cap, though, is I actually use those in original Xbox controllers and PlayStation 2 controllers. Which is why I know how annoying taking apart a PS3 or a PS2 controller is. I use them on PS3. Actually, no, I like using Xbox One style ones on PS3 controllers. Not sure why. I think something about the gap makes me happy on those. But what I can definitely and for sure tell you is all the annoyances that I've had with the 360 controller. Like, man, I'd take this any day over the stuff I've dealt with Sony's crap. Like, I like a good DualShock. You know, I'm not one of those people who are like, oh, the DualShock is the worst controller ever, man. I know Henry has his gripes with it. And there are certainly things that it does better than the Xbox controller and vice versa. Like, I will definitely concede that I think the Xbox controller is much better for 3D stuff. Simply because of the arrangement of the sticks. I think that's a much more natural positioning for moving around in a 3D environment. I ultimately don't think it's like so detrimental having a DualShock though, to where I couldn't play a game in 3D with it. Honestly, I can hardly think of a controller that would be a detriment that way. Because, like, I'm also one of those weirdos that likes the N64 controller. I know, sue me. I think it's a fun design, and it works for the games that are built for it. Naturally, I wouldn't use it to try to play Skyrim or Minecraft or something, but for an N64 game, I think it works pretty good. I think it's an absolutely serviceable controller for its age. I don't understand all the hate for it. Alright, final fit and feel tests. Make sure everything is good. More of a gap over here than over there, which is somewhat worrying. I'm not really sure why that is. Maybe I need to tighten this a little bit. Okay, well that's as tight as it goes. What about the bottom one? Can I even get it to locate? Yeah, I'd say definitely the most annoying thing about this controller is the fact that it uses these stupid security bits all over it. And these things kind of suck. But Microsoft kind of loves their Torx drivers, I've noticed. To them, it's just not an Xbox system if it doesn't have, like, Torx bits all over it. But hey, cool. That feels fine. I see nothing wrong with this. Perfect. I can take my bits back to work. Not that I've needed them, but you know. It's the principle of the thing. And yeah, I think that's good. We went from having 2 controllers with like soft, horrible sticks to 2 controllers with great sticks. And 1 controller is 100% less roachy than it was before. I would demonstrate them like, oh, hey, look, this one's got some charge. So you can see it still works. This one, though, what if I just swap the battery around? I'm sure that'll be enough. And, yep, as you can see, works just fine. Oh, shoot, it turned on my 360? You don't understand. My 360 is like up a flight of stairs. How on earth did this turn on my 360? That is amazing. All right, I'm going to have to go turn that off in a bit. But, yeah, as you can see, they both work fine. No problems. Cool. I would call that a success, guys. And now I got lots of spare parts for if I get another 360 controller that needs them, including some sticks from this PCB. So cool. All right. Be sure to tune in another time, guys, and I'll fix more stuff for you. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.